Hey guys, and welcome back to Castle Crush, and today we are going to be playing with a necromancer rage deck, and of course it is full of skeletons as well as the Skull Queen, so there's going to be some serious damage multipliers happening here, and especially between the rage and the Skull Queen. Those two cards are going to be able to do a lot of damage with these skeletons in a very short amount of time, and of course the point of the necromancer is to make them harder to get rid of. So this should be a very interesting match. A very interesting deck to play with. Although this is not a good start here against this opponent because they have some skeleton clearing cards, so I use my Black Witch. I put it in there so I could have a little bit more versatility because the Black Witch, of course, being a very strong defensive card, is going to be quite helpful. And I do manage to actually get rid of that Ice Elemental, which was pretty amazing. And I do have a Resurrection in here as well, just to make sure I can get things going again if needed. So I'm mostly doing damage, though, in the other lanes, and the Skull Queen being really helpful, but the Necromancer, as you can see, delayed them quite a bit and definitely helped to distract them. For some reason, they just never blocked the top lane. I don't really know why, but whatever, we pick up that win in a fairly easy fashion. So definitely I have to be careful here with the Necromancer, as I do not have like protection or anything, but I guess I'm hoping for the most part that the Resurrection will kind of cover it, and that we can hopefully get this set up and just rage straight through these people. The Boneyards, though, this is looking very good because I do have the double Boneyard in this hand, so they get rid of some of the skeletons, but the Boneyard I should play because it will help block this rush. Okay, so Mage, but we'll put down the Rage, and now I'm out damaging them, which is good. Drop down the Genie. Is it enough? Is it enough? Yes, I think it is, yes. That was just enough to get that win. And I'm going to play the Rage here right off the start. Ooh, they came in with the Gust of Wind. So I'm going to try and keep my positioning as best I can until I can get out. Hopefully the Necromancer, or I guess we'll just use the Boneyard to keep applying pressure here. I am doing damage to them. I do have the Genie as well. This might be enough. Depends if they have arrows. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna block. Should have the health advantage then, and I really should have played that in the bottom lane, actually, because the Necromancer could have really blocked those ballistas, but this can work too, because I do have that health advantage. And that should be enough for the win. It is. So there we go with that. And let's try again here. So I feel like I like having the Skull Queen in this deck because then at least, you know, I have multiple options. It's not like I'm completely dependent on the Necromancer just to win. But I do think Necromancer and Rage is pretty powerful if you can get it set up, because it's just really difficult to stop a lane that's just coming back to life with more skeletons that has Rage on it, and it can do so much damage. So I hadn't really thought of this, but I'd definitely like to try out Rage in like double mana speed probably. I think it'd be pretty fun in there, especially with Necromancers. I think I tried out Blizzard, but Rage would be really fun, I think. This is not looking good just because they have a couple cards here that can kind of fight off the skeletons. Ooh, yeah, Dragon is going to be a problem. I should use Black Witch probably. to get rid of that dragon, and that is what I do. Try and help even things back out. Get the boneyard played. Because they're at low health, I just need a few more plays. Oh man, this is really close. Wait, why didn't I go for the block? I don't know what I was doing there. I should have blocked at the end. Although I don't know if it really would have mattered because it would have been 3 skeletons unless I'd played the swarm. Would have only been 3, and I think with 2 demons they would have gotten that in a few, like a second or 2. They would have cleared that, so I don't know if it really would have been worth it. But if I'd had a skeleton swarm, that would have been worth it to play. Unfortunately, I lose the necromancer. At first, I was able to bring it back, but I'm like, yeah, I should go for the necromancer stack. Oh, again, they get rid of it. So I'm going to just... It's hard to get the necromancer down and keep it there because a lot of people have good cards to clear it with. So that's always the problem with the necromancer, is that it does work better, I think, with protection. Of course, I don't seem to have the right cards to clear it here, but that's okay. I'm going to try and push through anyways. This match is not looking good because they have the dragon out. But I'm just deciding I'm going to hit this top lane and hit it hard. Alright, if I can just get Skull Queen and then Rage down, might be able to get this. I'm just going all in here. It's not, I'm not gonna go. What? I was like, no way I'm gonna get that. But that is such a strong lane. That is such a strong lane. Do not underestimate the power of the Skull Queen, especially in Rage as well. I mean, Skull Queen and Rage melted their bottom lane. It absolutely melted it. That was pretty wild. This deck has some serious firepower in it, but you do have to hope that your opponent doesn't really have the right cards to counter. That's often how it is with Skull Queen decks. If they don't have the right cards, they're going to get melted by the Skull Queen, but especially with Rage, it's going to melt them. But if they do have the right cards, you're kind of in big trouble. Although that last person had Dragon, but it still didn't really matter because it only covered 1 lane. It's really once they get multiple dragons out, then you kind of are in trouble. So I'm trailing here in health, but I'm setting up a good stack. Let's get rid of that Archer Queen. And bring back the Necromancer. Now we have them, I think, right where we want them. Because I can go in with the Boneyard and then Rage. And, oh, the double Skull Queen. This is going to be too much for them, I think. Even though they have Ice Elemental, I still have 2 lanes to work with. And should have the win. Do we have it? Oh man, they almost got it with the Ice Elemental, but they didn't really have any damage at my castle, so I was in pretty good shape either way. That was pretty fun. Honestly, interesting deck. Sometimes a little bit risky, but kind of a fun strategy. Definitely was able to melt some castles with the Necromancer plus the Rage. So that is going to do it for this video. Sorry, this one was a bit shorter, but leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments about this video and what other types of content I should create. Maybe subscribe if you're new to my channel. And thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.